Got an nymphoid.
Should be wearing this.
We're live, pal.
Oh. And welcome to the next 100% random but with somebody else to blame episode. We went to Twitter and asked, if they wanted us to do a random number or a 10 picks. And surprise, surprise, they wanted 10 to get tasties. So we are going back with the Andy Sedaris collection. We have 11 movies. We're going to throw 11 tasties at 10, one after the other, and wait and see if he drops one. If he drops one, that's the one we'll be thinking. So if he drops number 5, we'll be watching movie number 5.
That's nice and easy.
It is.
I'm sure nothing can go wrong with that.
I'm sure nothing can probably go wrong.
Probs. Breaking up of the treats.
2, 4, 6,
Need 11.
8.
Because we watched number 12 last time.
12. There's one for luck.
We only need 11.
No, that's what's in. There's one for luck.
Are you ready, Tan? Are you ready? The drool has already started. It's all over the floor.
Yes.
Well.
We knew that was going to happen. Shall we get him into position?
Alright, in position. So, we've broken up all the treats into handy edible squares. The nondescript meat strips. Hi, Jasper. This beast, such a beast, will catch them. If he misses the first one, we watch the first one. If he misses the second, watch the second. And if he catches all 11, then we'll just watch number 11. Whatever that might be. So, let me get into position as Jasper joins us. When you're ready, Cisco.
1. Sit. 2. 3. Oh, we're doing well so far.
Oh, number 4. Sure does like them tasties.
He does. So he caught 4. Actually got 3 and then he dropped 4. So we're watching movie number 4.
Watching number 4.
So
what is number 4?
Right. 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll take it to one.
No, that's not how that works. Number 4 is
Enemy Gold.
Enemy Gold.
I bet it doesn't have a snake jumping out of a toilet.
Probably not. This is one of Christian Sedaris. This is Andy's son.
It's Andy 2.
Go on, say your joke.
Hydroelectric Boogaloo.
Get ready to be turned inside out and upside down. Hoover 2, Hydroelectric Boogaloo. The best damn movie you'll see this year.
There you go. So yeah, if I remember correctly, written and directed by Christian Sedaris, but executive producer, dirty old man Andy. Come on then, what is this about?
Okay. While on suspension from their jobs as government operatives,
They're always government
a
operatives.
trio of female agents decides to investigate the legend of Quantrill's hidden gold that he and his raiders hid at the end of the Civil War. So not like Savage Beach where they were investigating Japanese was it Filipino gold stolen by the Japanese? This is just gold from the Civil War. So
Hey, you got any more of them tasties? Tasties!
I'm willing to bet that no matter how bad it is, it's still not going to be as bad as Nymphoid Barbarian.
In dinosaur hell.
Yeah.
Boobs on the something.
Boobs!
Boobs. You ready?
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Just straight in there.
Yeah, straight into what though? A reenactment? Although you did say it was Civil War
Yeah, it's Civil War gold.
gold, so. Oh, Christian, he's gone so far away from his father already. We've seen neither bare legs nor boobs. It's the first few seconds of the film, and there's no naked women. Everybody's fully dressed, and they're all men. Oh, shit.
I'm Lieutenant Daniel McKay. The war between us and the Yankees has been going on for 4 years. We have engaged the enemy in battle at Pleasant Hill.
Okay.
Both sides have lost a lot of men.
If they're all just stood in lines like that, I know why. And how futile your tactics are if you're all just... You did not see his leg move.
General
Stop
Quantrill
lying.
and me and my squad.
Sound effects. Oh. Okay then. Oh, and just cut straight back. Okay, sure. Ah,
And
now
legs.
it's Sedaris.
And ass.
Speaking to the microphone. Did she just plan that on me? Nice work, Becky.
For what purpose?
Are we about to get the first
Christian,
boob scene?
are you about to make your dad proud? Oh,
Oh
Jesus
yeah.
Christ, yes he is.
Just
Okay, sure.
Are you familiar with this crossbow?
The specific crossbow?
It's the latest in sawn assault weapons technology. The tip of this arrow explodes 3 seconds.
Reminds me of an old boyfriend.
Oh god.
Look, this is serious.
The same joke as well.
Training exercise.
Yes, sir.
Callbacks. How many are we gonna get?
You better be nice to me or I'm gonna tell Uncle Jesse what you did to that chicken last night. Go get the water.
What
Fucking
the
beg your
fuck?
pardon? I beg your pardon?
Don't mind him. His parents, his cousins.
Oh.
Just like the pineapple.
Oh my.
The exact same thing, just like the pineapple.
Bingo. I'm Agent Cannon. I've got your cannon.
Exactly the same.
This is a love letter from Christian to his father, right?
There go the other two! Come on, let's get up.
Very slowly, apparently.
She's just gonna use the crossbow.
I'm more than a pretty face. You've got to stop thinking of me as just a pretty face. That was the exact line when the other two, in the last one, when two people were escaping, and then she went, "Hang on, wait,"
Yeah, and they blew up the car.
And she blew up the
the
car.
van.
Why are they moving so slow? Amazing. Say it. Say the line. Say it. Say it.
Gotta stop thinking of me as just another pretty face.
Oh yes! Yes!
Same fucking film. They have one script, alright? They're just gonna keep making that film. Amazing.
He ticks me off.
Our loyalty is still with Agent Noble.
Oh, okay. Smash cut to the Washington Monument. And ducks.
Well,
Just lots of establishing shots of things. Okay. Oh, okay. Black boxes everywhere.
oh, boobs. But it was in the sea. Close your door. You're showering. You're gonna
Scene
get the.
was the
you're gonna
who
get-
was that?
I guess we better check in with our real boss.
Who was that? These shots are really baffling. Oh, okay.
And so they go to a strip club. What?
Yay!
Hey, it's Seth.
Glad to have you back, Seth.
What's up?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh. What?
Anyway, on the shopping channel. What? That was a fucking establishing shot from a TV comedy.
Suspension of your team. This goes into effect immediately. The suspension will remain in effect pending further investigation into this matter.
This is a real office.
No, sir.
You can count me out. The woods are nice and all, but camping is not my cup of tea.
Call me tomorrow and let me know your plans.
Okay, Ava.
That's so weird.
Wait, so they're suspended and they've decided they're going to go camping? What? Did that just happen?
Yes.
Would you like to dance, Becky?
There is no dance floor. Are you going to dance in the middle of the dining hall?
He just likes to watch.
I just hope we can put our emotions aside and concentrate on our mission.
What mission?
What mission?
You've been suspended.
You're suspended and you're going camping. Now would actually be the perfect time to focus on... Are you having sex in the restaurant?
What?
I'm pretty sure they frown upon that.
Speaking of music that doesn't fit a scene or any scene, welcome to the 90s, people.
Santiago, it's been a long time.
Sure.
I've missed your charm.
I missed your acting.
Don't flatter yourself. You're not that good.
You're definitely not that good.
You haven't lost your sense of humor.
Great, we'll contact you this afternoon.
Be careful.
Perfect. This is the perfect opportunity to take care of those meddling agents. They will be out in the middle of nowhere.
And when we find them, we can hunt them down like small animals. And no one will be able to hear their cries of pain and despair.
Oh, God.
This is gonna be fun.
I like your style.
You should.
She is so fucking awful.
So is he. To be 100% fair, they are both.
Well, I mean, they're all awful. Let's face it. These three ain't great actors either. I'm sorry. She thus far has the award of the worst actor I've seen in an Andy Sidaris movie.
And there's some pretty fucking terrible actors in Andy Sidaris film.
Ava, it's Chris.
Yes, Chris.
Found the treasure map to Quantrill's gold.
Why is she in this film?
Quantrill's gold. So, the plot thickens.
We're gonna
What?
head tomorrow and look.
What plot?
Anyway, I'm gonna be heading
The film
down
doesn't
there
have a
tonight.
plot.
I'm gonna try to straighten out that mess with Dixon.
Looks fast. Yes, ma'am. This is the fastest boat on the river.
How about that?
Oh, Jesus.
Here, let me give you a hand with that.
If you were just going to
She
shoot
did not
them,
have that.
if you were just going to shoot them, why did you take your clothes off?
Lady, what's wrong with you? What are you, crazy or something?
What are you, crazy or something? She shot your friend.
What do you want?
Oh no, the cardboard hut blew up.
And there's nothing left. Literally,
Just cardboard box.
It completely have destroyed everything.
Certainly have a flair for this line of...
Oh well, you know what? I'm allowing that pun.
Is she
It's
going to get
better
her
than every
clothes
other pun
back?
they've had.
Is she going to get her clothes back?
No.
She's just in her underwear.
It's like you think of something like the Goonies, where you're going after a treasure. You don't see the whole thing of.
You don't need flashbacks to
You're just told there's treasure. That's all you need to know. Also, that no way anybody shot an arrow like that.
And we got all that from the guy's diary. And then I was shot in the back and died. The end. So they've just been sailing all night? Well, day for night, but... Oh, no, night, okay.
Oh, no.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? What?
Why? What? Why? When and why? There is no TV. Let me tell you a story with interpretive dance. And fetish gear. He looks really confused. He's desperately trying to understand the plot of the story she's telling.
Oh, he's going to explode.
I found the opening clip.
Oh, yeah, that's the opening clip.
Knew those two would screw things up. We better get over there.
Kind of distracting.
Texas Division.
No, Texas Div.
Wait a minute, miss. You can't go in.
Wait a minute, bitch. Miss. You open with... Wait a minute, bitch. You can't go in there. And then you go, excuse me, miss.
I'm pretty sure you said, wait a minute, miss. I'm pretty sure you misheard that.
That was totally bitch. Hey, bitch, you can't go in there. Excuse me, miss. You can't go in there.
And it seems you do as well.
Bitch.
Oh, no, they're not.
Not anymore. We are mildly not the best of the subdermal layer again. Mild to the skin. Wow!
Oh, what are we doing? Santiago, we're old friends. We're acting crazy.
You're acting badly.
We just need to lighten up.
What?
What?
What? How? How did that happen? She doesn't give a shit.
It's been more than 3 seconds. Oh,
Wasn't
no
even
toy.
a toy helicopter.
No,
blowing
that's
up.
just a...
Just the zoom in on an explosion.
All right, Ava.
Nice shot. I'm impressed.
Are you? Meow, 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 meow.
Well, that happened.
Anyway, elsewhere.
Oh, hot tub.
Hey, all at the jacuzzi.
Hopefully they'll give us a raise.
Talk about keeping the gold. Talk about it. Come on.
The commander was telling Ava they'd probably put it in a Civil War museum.
Yes, I understand. Special training.
Oh,
From someone
God.
who really knows how to crack the whip.
I'll drink to that. Cheers.
Cheers.
Drink to what? Well, the fact they called him Mark because his name is Mark, and presumably he was too stupid to respond to anything else. Alright, so there's drool all over the floor now, so that's great. So hey Jasper.
Hey, Jasper. You might have to move.
Don't sit on the fan favourite.
Sitting on him, I'm sitting by him. This is weird. I have space here now.
And I'm off to one side, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Girls, guns and G-strings back once again, but on a jaunty angle. And not in the slightest bit centered. So, enemy gold is hard to get too high, just not as good.
Yeah.
Alright, thanks everybody.
I never grow tired of your witty repartee.
Look, if they can just remake the last film, I can reuse all the jokes again. Enemy Gold is a remake almost of Savage Beach.
It really is. Down to literally using some of the same dialogue.
Same dialogue, same scenes.
This arrow has an explosive charge that ignites 3 seconds after penetration.
The tip of this arrow explodes 3 seconds after penetration.
Donna, you've got to stop thinking me as just another pretty face.
Gotta stop thinking of me as just another pretty face.
So, a pumped package of centerfold action. Cisco. What is Savage Beach 2.0 all about?
It's about some agents who don't know the law. They get raked over the coals for the fact that they didn't have a warrant. Then they go camping because their boss suggests doing so, because that's what you do when you're suspended. Then the drug dealers try to kill them, and they find Quantrill's lost gold because they had access to a Civil War reenactment and wanted to bring the Civil War into it. So there's a weird backstory with Quantrill's lost gold. That doesn't really factor in, except they find it because one of them takes a shit and then later on one of the bad guys dies right beside it randomly. And yeah, then they get the gold, but they don't get to keep the gold, as in every single Andy Sidaris movie, even though this is a Christian Sidaris movie. Yeah, it is almost... It is very, very much Savage Beach, but set in America and with the Civil War instead of World War II.
So one of the things that we noticed and was very evident when it came to the differences between Christian and Andy as writers and directors is the titillation scenes play very differently. Christian's seems to be... I'm a little reluctant to say more immature, but that's what it comes across as. Well, it's very sleazy and voyeuristic.
Yes,
his focus is usually on a woman in a private setting, like in a shower,
getting
or in a sauna,
dressed,
or changing. As a counter for Andy's, whenever women are changing, they're usually changing out in the open in front of other people.
Yeah, and it's not really. I mean, there are breasts there, but it's not really... The scene continues. You know, they're going
just changing.
They're discussing, they're discussing plot points,
Yeah, they're just changing quickly and moving on. In Christians, the whole focus of one of the first scenes is the female agent, even though it says 3 female agents on the back, the one female agent, her getting changed in a bathroom. And the camera lingers and just holds on it. And that's the entire focus.
Yeah.
She's not just changing and giving exposition. She's not just changing in front of other people because sex and everything is liberating and free like Andy usually depicts it. It's more of a 60s mentality, I would have thought, but then he's an older man.
It's kind of like a through the keyhole.
It's very
vibe.
much a peeping Tom voyeuristic vibe, which continues throughout.
Which makes it more uncomfortable.
It's sleazy. It is more uncomfortable.
And yeah, that pretty much, like I say, a lot of Andy Sidaris' stuff is generally women together, and it's not really... there are breasts there for male titillation, but it's not necessarily played up.
It's not played up as a sexual moment.
And whereas almost all of the scenes where... All
of the titillation scenes are played exclusively as sexual.
Yes.
It's not just women in a hot tub, laughing
and discussing diamonds
and that sort of thing. It is either people specifically having sex with one another or oiling themselves.
Yeah, in a sauna for some reason.
Long periods. He seems to love showers. Christian's thing seems to be showers.
There's at least 3 shower scenes in this.
Mm.
One of them
super
is awkward for Seth.
Really hate that guy.
Seth is annoyed. He's suddenly in a robe, which he wasn't because he's left his club. He's suddenly in a robe. He goes into the back room, which I assume is like the changing rooms for the topless dancers.
Yeah.
And where are the girls, he asks.
Where are the girls?
They're in the shower, Santiago.
And walks into the shower, and one of the best deliveries any bit part actor has ever given is one of the women in the shower. Because he pulls open the shower curtains, and she turns totally deadpan, with no expression on her face, with no emotion in her voice, just goes, "What's up?"
What's up?
The weirdest titillation scene starts where they rub each other's and their own backsides for a while, and then the start of something amazing, or rather the continuation of something amazing, which is the absolute insane editing and the transitions and cutaways.
Yes.
That's a great example of it.
Once you notice that, it's impossible to unnotice it as well.
You say once you notice it, it punches you in the face very early.
Agent Noble, I'm sorry.
In the hot tub scene, where for no reason at all, it's almost like the editor made a mistake and cut to a scene that was supposed to be later, because they're having a conversation in the hot tub. And they're talking about the fact that they don't work for the guy who suspended them, they work for someone else.
Yeah.
It smash cuts without warning to the Washington Monument, and then the White House, and then the Capitol building, and then the Washington Monument again. All while playing this really bizarre 90s comedy...
sitcom music.
Yeah, the sitcom, like stings and music that... which
Oh,
you're going to
you
hear
hear
a
a
lot.
lot.
Oh, that scene again. And I'm just going, what the hell's going on? And then it smash cuts from those to a woman in a sauna, lotioning herself up, and then it cuts back to them in the hot tub, where he says, "I should speak to our real boss," which is clearly the person that they're about to introduce. And then they reintroduce her.
In the shower.
And you're like, well, what was the scenes before? Because that was clearly not an introduction to her, because he's about to say it. So my assumption is the editor just went, that's fine there.
But it keeps happening. It's not a mistake or a thing. It is a choice. These cuts, these edits, these are choices. But I mean, because it happens like almost the end of every single scene as a hard cut to an establishing bit of stock footage of random buildings or random scenes. Then it cuts to somebody inside one of them. Giggity. There's a camera.
You're moving. You're moving. Wait. There you go.
Seth finds out that the agents... Basically, Seth wants to murder the agents, and he's getting together people to do that.
He tells his goons they can't. They're not good enough.
They're not good enough.
He needs to bring in a professional.
Yeah, and because...
Wasn't a professional actor, though.
Because one of the agents has bugged the good guys, they know they're going... They know they've gone camping.
I'm going to stop you right there. You're making that sound way better than it is. He hasn't bugged them. He literally says to Seth, "Here is a communication device." And he hands him a walkie-talkie. And you can listen to the agents when they walkie-talkie, when they radio each other. So he didn't bug them. He literally gave them a walkie-talkie. making this sound better than it is. Come on.
Yes, so he's listened in and he's found out they've gone camping, and he's decided that he's going to murder them while they're camping.
Yeah.
And to do so, he calls in his
professional,
who is
what's her name? What's the actress's name?
Julie Strain.
Yeah, he knows his stuff.
Yes, I totally knew that name first time. Who's Jewel Panther in this?
Yeah.
And she's introduced with she's driving along with what did you call the song? It's sort of like a rip of Bad to the Bone.
Yes, I think I said mildly iffy to the subdermal layer. Mild to the skin. Wow!
Why is your nose bigger than your dick?
Why is your nose bigger than your dick? There's no pause. There's no thing, because that is actually either two questions or a start of a question and a pause. So you got why is your nose bigger than your dick, or something like that. But why is your nose bigger than your dick is asking him why his nose is bigger than his dick.
Yeah.
It ruins the retort.
But it's a start of every line.
Every single line she gives. At one point I was questioning whether English was her first language, and whether she just learned the words phonetically. So she didn't understand the context of what she was saying, but she is apparently American. But she
was.
Everything she says is utterly devoid of tone and context. So almost every single line, she gets the inflection all wrong. She stresses the wrong words, where she occasionally stresses words, because mostly she doesn't. Mostly everything's just a flat thing with barely a space in between anything. It's just she rattles off what the dialogue she's given, and then they move on.
Party time.
There's also long pauses. Before she gives her
whenever she's got because there's a great scene between her and Seth, which is supposed to be witty banter, which is just hilarious for all the wrong reasons, because every time he says a line, her reply is about 3 whole seconds too late.
You are as beautiful as you are deadly.
Santiago, it's been a long time. I've missed your charm.
Should we bury them or just throw their bodies in the river?
Well, that's a tough decision.
Oh, God, it's so amazingly bad.
I need to say this. She is amazing, and we love her.
This is going to be fun.
I like your style.
You should.
She has passed, unfortunately, last year, which is unfortunate. But she is amazing. She has like 136 acting credits, and we have seen all of one thing so far that she's been in.
And for all I know, it's the very first thing she was in, and she got a lot better afterwards.
Can't comment. but she is amazing.
But she is in about 4 more movies on this box set, so we're probably going to see her again.
Yeah. As you said earlier, she's in Return to Savage Beach, the actual sequel to Savage Beach. This isn't a real sequel to Savage Beach. It just feels like it.
You didn't bring me along for just my good looks.
So, we mentioned earlier that Christian, as a writer-director, not as good as his dad, which encompasses many different aspects of the film. The main one, that usually is a thorn in our side through most of these, is the writing. And now we've already mentioned that most of the stuff with the gold is just coincidental, just things happen, but it's not important to the narrative, any of the character arcs, or any of the characters, really. It just sort of happens from circumstance.
There's another one thing that really bothers me about that, which is the fact that they're actually very rightly suspended.
Yes.
They went on a drug bust without a warrant, which like, as professional, like, agents, surely they must have known they needed one because all the evidence they gathered is therefore forfeit because...
Donna had one in Savage Beach.
Donna actually had a warrant. Here's my badge, here's my warrant. They didn't have a warrant, so they went in and shot several people to death, and... they earned that suspension. They didn't...
They really did.
Donna Hamilton, Drug Enforcement Division. Here's my badge. There's my warrant.
Here's my shotgun.
You boys are out of business. I'm Agent Cannon. I've got your cannon.
They just disregarded the law because they're cool.
Are they though?
I think that's what they think. I think that's what Christian thinks.
That's what Christian thinks are cool. Well, there you go. Christian, the writer, wrote it like that, and you're sitting at home going, "No, they should be suspended. You can't just go in shooting people. You had apparently no warrant. You hadn't sought any authority to sign off on this. You're just doing it. But you did ask for backup." But that's what I mean about how the writing is really weak. I'm talking about Andy Sedaris films here, where the writing is ridiculous. But in this one, it's a lot less water-worthy. It's just going to sink immediately.
Andy Sedaris knows about warrants.
Apparently.
He knows they exist.
But further in the film, more things just start happening like that. The plan, everybody's plan makes no sense.
Well,
Seth's, toward the end, and the bit that really bothered me is, we mentioned earlier that he's told his goons they're not good enough. He needed to bring in the professional to take care of the 3 agents. Now, the 2 goons on their own start talking because he's told them to watch them. The agents are currently bedding down in a hunter's cabin or like a log cabin in the woods overnight.
Yeah.
And Seth, for no reason at all, has told them that he'll meet up with them in the morning, even though he's literally just like less than a mile away from them. He'll meet up with them in the morning and they'll all take on the agents. The 2 goons, to win Seth's favour, are basically saying, let's prove to him that we can deal with them and he doesn't have to bring in these professionals. So as observers of the film, we're like, right, so they're going to attack them in the dead of night, probably when they're asleep, because there's their advantage.
Yeah.
And the guy, one of the goons, says to the one, I've got a plan. And we're like, well, that's obviously going to be the plan. No, his plan is, let's sit outside all night, wait for them to wake up in the morning, and then I'm going to steal one of their motorbikes and drive away. That's the end of the plan. That isn't the start of the plan. That isn't the setup. And like you said, that's how they find the gold.
Yes, because they don't kill him. He crashes into a log that is just sticking out onto the trackway and dies.
Can you show me the other one? Where, they're all crossed. Where the colours are all...
You're just being mean now, Meeks.
It's fine. It's fine.
Showboating a little bit.
Yeah, like that.
Meeks can do that.
Damn. I can't do that.
Further, the crazy writing, it goes as far as just the language of cinema and visual storytelling and all the rest of it. Flashbacks, good for filling in back information.
Yeah.
They are reading the journal, Quantrill's journal.
Yeah.
Of how the Confederate soldiers stole the gold.
Yeah.
And it's following his journey, and one of his men's been shot and there's only the 2 of them left, and they're running away with the gold, and then they bury the gold, and that's how we know the gold's been buried, because of this journal that they found, that they're reading. And his friend dies, and he's writing all this down. The madness of the writing of the film is they're all sitting in the cabin reading his journal. And somehow, through flashback, because we're seeing it happen, they are reading up to and including his death.
So,
which happens, weirdly enough, after he's finished writing in his journal, covers his journal up and buries it. Because he is shot by a Native American with an arrow, which the agents presumably don't know happened. And when we were watching it, you pointed out it could have been very easily fixed. But during the flashback, you see him get shot in the back and he dies. And I made this joke. Wow. And we got all that from the guy's diary. And then I was shot in the back and died. The end. It could have easily been fixed, as you said, with basically having one of the agents say, I wonder what happened. Cut out of the flashback before he's killed.
Yeah.
Because that's where you've read up to in the book.
You go, what an amazing story.
Well, yeah, I wonder what happened to him. Then you can go back to the flashback just for the audience. Oh, he got shot and died.
Yeah.
But the way it's shown in the film is that they're reading about his death. And then I got shot in the back and died.
The end.
This scene is boring as fuck. There's no way it's getting into the watch-along bit.
Until you said that. Tux 99. Live from Cowboys. And the scene is still going.
There is a setup for what could have been a romance story arc between, the woman and the guy, which could have been, because they
Chris Cannon,
and Becky Midnight, the best names for any porno.
Yeah, porn actor names.
So the setup is they know each other and they were once in a relationship and then they broke up.
Apparently.
And the way to do it is you have them grow closer together through all their actions and adventures, and then at the end they're back together.
Mm-hmm.
No, in this they just start fucking in a restaurant. And again, that's language of film.
That scene,
not exactly what happened, but it kind of is.
Cisco is correct. None of it makes any sense. They decide that they're going to go camping and they discuss going camping. They then get in a car and drive somewhere, so you assume they're going camping. They've gone to what looks like a country club, which has a sort of a dining area. It's clearly not a restaurant. They go in as 3 people, the 2 male agents and the female agent. She says to Chris, I think they're playing our song, which is setup number 1 for why this fucks with your brain. Music is playing. The band or whatever are playing their song at this restaurant. We say there isn't a dance floor, and we assume they're just going to start dancing next to the tables because they're just standing in the middle of the tables. The 3rd member of their party watches with a big grin on his face. Love is lovely. They go to a dance floor. The music is playing. They have nonsensical conversation about having to put their emotions aside and focus on the mission, which, as you all know, they don't have because they've been suspended and they literally have no missions. The music continues. No break in music. It cuts to, not that we're aware of this, a very, very, very similar scene. The music continues, the continuity of the audio, the fact that it looks like the exact same place, him unzipping her and popping her tits out. So, as a person watching, you're like, whoa, that's not allowed at the country club. You can't be doing that on the dance floor. It pulls out a bit, and it still looks very similar. It's a very, very similar scene. No smash cutting, no transitions. This film loves having stupid transitions and establishing shots with it, and all the rest of it. This desperately needs it.
We're both professionals. I think we can handle it.
Seth and his lady friend are in a boat. Speaking of stupid plans, Seth's plan was to get in a van and drive into the woods to follow them. As soon as they get into the woods, he contacts the people who are in the helicopter watching them and says, find us a boat. We need a boat. Another amazing scene that we will talk about. That boat scene is amazing.
That boat scene is amazing.
They have the boat at this point. Sorry, everyone else have to hold on. They have the boat at this point, and they are just floating along because they could easily meet up with the two goons who he is told to watch them overnight, but instead they make a stop off at a small island, I think. Speaking of smash cuts, smash cut to Panther in weird fetish leather gear and a saber doing interpretive, I assume, dance by a fire. Smash cut to Seth looking hugely confused. Like, he can't follow this dance at all. It's like, wait, who was that? I'm just like, whoa, Christian, what is this? What is this? Oh, jeez. Anyway, before I get back to my favourite bit, why don't you talk to us about the boat? How did they get that boat, Cisco?
Well, that is my favourite scene.
Yay!
That was going to be my favourite
Favourite
scene.
scene.
So my favourite scene is, again, for some reason they need a boat.
They drove into the woods.
And so the guys in the helicopter tell them where a boat is, and a boat belongs to two rangers.
Mm.
Now, again, I think it's a smash cut to... She's effectively just suddenly in a bathing suit.
It's not necessarily a smash cut. She just steps into frame and is in her underwear for no reason, and I'm like, whoa, what's happening?
Underwear and long and high boots.
Yeah.
And you can clearly see both her hands, and they show her from all directions, so you know she's unarmed, and you know that she's walking down, and she starts flirting slightly. I mean, she's a terrible actress, so her flirting comes off as baffling, but the guys are responding because their dialogue is written for them. Then suddenly she, like, I was waiting because like the build her as, like, you know, she's kind of martial arts kind of ninja stuff. I was waiting for her to kick their asses, you know, in some sort of badass scene. And I have to stress, you cannot stress this enough. Every single moment of this, you can see her right hand. And almost most of it, you can see her left hand as well. You can also see her back. You can see her front. There's nowhere she can hide anything. And she pulls out this giant fucking magnum and blows them away. Then she gets a flare gun and she blows the other guy, because the other guy's is taking shelter in a fuel depot, a fuel shed. I don't know if they have those in real life, but this is
a fuel shed made of cardboard by the looks of it.
Yeah, because by the time after she uses a flare gun on it, it explodes, and like 5 seconds later, it's literally just the ground with a bit of fire. And Seth comes out and he gives it is a genuine...
A bad delivery of it, though.
It is a genuine action one-liner.
A bad delivery
but
of
he
a
delivers
good
it
one-liner.
terribly.
The stresses are all over the place.
Yeah. You really have a flair for the dramatic.
You really have a flair for this line of work.
Yes.
Now, you can't get over that gun just appearing.
I can't.
I was already going, whoa, why? Because, like, to me, logically, she walks up to them in her underwear, presumably to distract them.
Yeah.
One of them wanders off, couldn't give a shit, and she just shoots the other one. And I'm like, if you were just going to shoot them, why didn't you just shoot them? Why did you strip down to your underwear and walk up to them?
She doesn't need to be in underwear to walk up to them. They don't know who she is. They don't, they're not criminal. They're park rangers. So people walking up to them is probably part of their day job.
Oh no, the cardboard hut blew up.
And there's nothing left. Literally,
just a cardboard box.
It completely have destroyed everything.
You certainly have a flair for this line of...
Oh well, you know what? I'm allowing that pun.
Is she
it's
gonna
better
get her
than every
clothes
other pun
back?
they've had.
Is she gonna get her clothes back?
No.
She's just in her underwear. For the rest of this film now, okay. Sure. This is all because of you, so thank you, Tanner. This is a wonderful thing. So, speaking of favourite scenes and stuff, obviously this is everyone's favourite scene. You've got a Jasper and a 10. That's amazing. I don't technically have a favourite scene. my favorite thing about it is the editing because it's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy insane, just smash cutting in and out of random things, and the 90s sitcom transitions with the musical stings and all the rest of it. There is one scene I do want to mention though. If I was to have a favorite scene, it's the scene, and everybody at home can decide who's correct. The agent goes to the Texas Div, which is obviously the Texas Division. I say the agent, the lady in charge, the lady who's in charge of the other agents.
Donna. Nope, he's not sharing the spotlight.
And no, her name is not Donna. You have to stop saying that. Her surname is Noble, and that's enough for you to say that she's Donna. Donna was in the previous movies. Donna Spear. And Tyrion something or other. Well, you got rid of Jasper then, so well done. But anyway, she goes to the Texas Division, has it written on the door, and as she enters, the secretary/receptionist goes quite clearly, "Hey, bitch." "Hey, bitch, you can't go in there." "Excuse me, miss." And here, listen.
Wait a minute, miss. You can't go in there. Miss.
Cisco is sure she says, hey miss, you can't go in there. Excuse me, miss. But it's quite clear. She clearly says, hey, bitch, you can't go in there. So, there you go. Everybody can vote on it. There you go. That's the final thing. That's definitely it. Do you want to try and get in here, Tim? Come on. He's like, I can't fit in there. No, but 10. Come on. Oh. Come on. There you go. Now it's a party. Yeah. Oh. Actually, we learned this last time. So, Cisco. Let's just cover bits and pieces that shouldn't be on YouTube. Cisco, would you recommend boobs on the gold, enemy gold, to people if they had or had not previously seen Savage Beach?
Because it's a definite, if you've seen Savage Beach, then this is a one to watch. We've been quite positive about it, but there was also, like, the sex scenes are quite long and they go on for quite a while and they're not fun. So it's kind of hard to say yes. I think I would, but it would be with like a note of caution that.
Thanks, Dan.
In all honesty, there are some better Sedaris movies out there. It is still fun. It's still fun and enjoyable. So
this is turning into a Christian Sedaris movie, Cisco. Please stop licking my arm. Well, I would thoroughly recommend it, especially if you've seen the previous Savage Beach or any Andy Sedaris film. And if you haven't, and this is your first, it's probably an okay place to start from.
Yeah, on its own, it is a fun bad movie.
Yeah.
So I think, okay, I think I go along with that. I think I would recommend it. I just, Hard Ticket to Hawaii is going to be a very difficult one to beat. And if you are recommending an Andy Sedaris,
you would always recommend Hard Ticket.
It's going to be a first thing. But if somebody's already seen Hard Ticket and they're looking for something similar, then you might say Enemy Gold or Savage Beach.
You'd probably go Savage Beach first.
Yeah, because
probs. All right, 10. Well, that was a successful 10 picks episode. So, this is going to be difficult for you to do and cover your crotch. Oh, his crotch is covered. High five. Oh, regular 5. Give me 5, I should say. Give me 5. Yeah. Give me 5. Fuck yeah. Yeah. 10 picks. At least it wasn't a McBain. Fuck you, Meeks. You want more tasties? Is that what it is? Yeah, somebody wants more tasties. Tasties. Let's go. Tasties.
Tasties.
Tasties. Yeah. Christine.
There we go.
Gold enemy.
Yeah, enemy wouldn't fit on the short side, so. Yeah, but you got boobs, a shower, and gold. All the hallmarks of Christian, apparently.
So, Christian joins his father on Sort of Okay on the shelf of dirty old men. Wait, how did you get out? Where's Meeks?
Silence.
Are those my underwear?
Silence! Watch this stupid 60s movie. Watch this stupid 60s movie. Watch this stupid 60s movie.